Just from the images I was seeing, Black Samba with the big red lips and the lady with the headscarf, and, you know, and the way that people made the black people look like they were happy to be serving white people.
It was early on in her childhood that Elaine Buck recognized that something wasn't right with the way history was being taught at her school. Buck, along with her longtime friend Beverly Mills, grew up in Hopewell Township, a small, predominantly white town in central New Jersey.
We never learned that there was slavery in New Jersey. You're walking in an area, living in an area, growing up in an area where enslaved people walked before you.
The women, now both historians, wound up making some history of their own. In 2006, they successfully stopped a developer from paving a driveway over an unmarked African-American burial ground in a nearby town. That catapulted the two into digging into the community's long-lost African-American history.
We're descendants of these people. Those are our
right.
ancestors.
Over the course of a decade, the duo compiled research, shared their discoveries with local schools, and eventually published a book called If These Stones Could Talk. It outlines the African-American journey in central New Jersey.
Without this free labor, where would this very, very wealthy central New Jersey be? It's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's our American history, and you have to know it.
Throughout their journey, these history detectives received town artifacts from complete strangers.
We have people that come up to us and say, first off, I know the name of the people you're talking about, and then second off, here's something that I think you might want because it's connected to your work.
So we started to collect stuff.
We can't keep it in our house.
Well, it was in our house.
Yeah, it was in my house, and we thought we need a place to, to house this.
That place would be the quaint Mount Zion AME Church in Skillman, which was no longer holding weekly services and now housing these pieces of local history. In 2018, they opened the Stoutsburg-Sauerland African American Museum. Now, the museum, which has been closed since March of 2020 due to the pandemic, is currently under renovation and gearing up for a grand reopening this spring. And despite a divisive social and political climate drawing lines in the sand of what should be taught inside a classroom, these historians say they will forge ahead with their mission.
We're not going to be silenced. We're not going to pull back from our story because someone might feel offended or hurt.
They show no signs of slowing down. In Skillman, I'm Andrew Ramos, Pix 11 News.